हाय सर.
हेलो.
थोड़ा आवाज़ गया हुआ है तो ऐसे ही सुनने में मिलेगा. इंडिया पाकिस्तान अगर देखा जाए ओडीआई क्रिकेट में कुछ खासा राइवलरी तो नहीं है, लेकिन फिर भी एक बड़ा मैच कहलाया जाता है. और ऐसे में अगर ऑफ फील्ड का जो भी नॉइज़ है बढ़ जाता है तो टीम का, मैनेजमेंट का, सपोर्ट स्टाफ का रोल थोड़ा सा बढ़ जाता है टू कीप द प्लेयर्स, द टीम फोकस्ड ऑन द क्रिकेट इटसेल्फ. कैन यू जस्ट टेल अस हाउ the management, the captain, the coach, everyone is working towards keeping the focus on cricket alone?
Ma'am, when you enter into a big tournament like a World Cup, the area of focus is only cricket, and it's good to have the players into a good space. And as you saw in the first game, I mean, after that first win, obviously the team is on a momentum, on a roll, and they have been preparing well. I mean, wherever we are getting an opportunity to practice, they are practicing. Whenever there are opportunities to discuss about the game plans, they are discussing that. So everybody is in a good space where they are working in an ecosystem where they are trying to get their A game onto the day, wherever it is.
I have one more question if I can go. As the bowling coach, I think your responsibility in carefully managing the two pacers, premier pacers that we have, both of them are coming on the back of injury. Renuka was rested for the first game. Looks like Aman wasn't here yesterday. How are you ensuring it, the workload balance, and that you don't burn them out in the beginning maybe?
Yeah, so coming into the tournament, we have around 10 bowling options into the team. So obviously, it's a long tournament. It's a 32, 33-day tournament where we might need the services of any of the bowlers, like not just the fast bowlers, but the spinners as well. So as and when the rest is required, the recovery is required, they are into it. As and when the workloads are to be maintained, they are maintaining it. And they have been not been doing it just now, they have been doing it for the last probably one and a half year now. So they know their bodies well. We understand what they need to get their A game onto display. So we are working towards it. Everybody is on the same page.
Yeah. Coach, all the best for the game.
Thank you.
India has been fielding sort of 5 bowling options of late on the field, 5 frontline bowlers. Especially with all the travel and different conditions coming into play, is there a point where you discuss the workload of the frontline bowlers and maybe play an extra bowling option like Arundhati and Aman playing, or something like that? Is there been a discussion on that, or the focus is on making the batters roll their arms like Pratika did in Guwahati?
If you ask me, depending upon the conditions, the team will take a call onto the playing 11, the choice of the playing 11. And if you see the kind of options that we have, obviously there are 5 options are there, but there are other options also within the team who have done so well at the international levels, not just economically, but they have also picked up wickets. So we have a lot of options within the group.
Hello, this is Abhiyan from Dawn. Nice to meet you, Bharat. Firstly, I had a question for the Indian captain, but since you're here, I'll just ask you. We see that the women's side, both Pakistan and India, they have a good camaraderie before at least this World Cup. So do you think the bitterness from the Asia Cup might follow to the women's teams as well? And secondly, because you are familiar with the conditions in Colombo, you've done a stint with the Sri Lankan team as well. How do you gauge the conditions in Colombo?
Hi, just a reminder, please. We said that we're not taking that first question, so we'll move on to the second question.
Okay, with regards to the second question, now that you have said that I've worked with the Sri Lankan team, I don't know when I have worked with the Sri Lankan team. I've had my stint with the Oman team earlier. But yes, regarding the conditions, we came here in May. We had our share of, understanding the surface. So that was a very good experience playing in these conditions over there. But those conditions and now the weather conditions are different. But we take it day by day. We take it on the day what the situation is. And our side is good at adapting things. So right now, the area of focus is catering to the situation, whatever comes our way.
Do you think it would be helpful for the Pacers?
Can't say now because I've not seen the pitch, because it was under the covers yesterday, and today also we are not allowed to go into the ground. So I don't know how it will be. So, but coming to the question whether it will be helpful or not, whatever it is, the bowling attack is ready for whatever the situation is.
Aavishkar, hi. This is Rika Roy from NDTV. This is the 4th India-Pakistan game on a fourth Sunday, 4th successive Sunday. Given the setup, what are you telling the girls?
So the area of focus is also cricket again, where we want our girls to get their A game onto the day, and we want them to, take it just as a game, because World Cup, it's a large campaign, it's a long campaign. There will be a lot of games coming our way. So take day by day, however it is, work on your strategies, work on your plans, be clear with whatever you want to achieve as a group and individually, and just execute it, and just be calm and composed.
Hi, Coach. All the best for the game.
Thank you.
I know there's been a lot of focus on the pace attack. I just wanted to ask you a little bit about the spinners. Deepti, Sneh, Charani, they've all been very, very good. It's gone a little under the radar also because we're focusing so much on the pacers. Can you just tell me how they're coming along and how you're working with them through the course of the tournament as well?
So Dipti, Sneh Rana and Sri Chani, it's a very good combination where there is a lot of experience also and there is youth as well. And as well as, I mean, if you've seen, they've been playing together since the last 3-4 series. And if you have seen, their combination is really working well for us. And also, they all are very hardworking girls. They are working well during the practice sessions, during the games. Post games also, the interactions are with them where they want to improve and what they want to improve and how they want to improve are the questions around which these three are working around. So I see that they're very hungry to go out there, and give their best for the country.
Right, just to follow up there, because there's so much of an incentive on all-rounders and having these bowlers who can also bat, right? Deepti, Sneh came good for us in that first game as well. Can you just tell me how you manage their bowling workloads there? Because then you have the focus on power hitting drills and all the batting drills that happen as well. So how do they balance those two departments?
So what happens is typically when we plan for a tournament, the actual planning starts, I mean, almost 2 to 3 months before we come into the event. So starting from that day, I mean, and the end result what we want to achieve, coming into that, we decide on the number of practice sessions that each of the bowler needs to go through and the number of overs each of the bowlers has to go through to have their optimal, optimal output on the day. So accordingly, we work backwards. So that.
On Sneh Rana, especially, she had a really good series here in May. What has she, from what you've seen, taken from that series? And
so in that series, she was the player of the series and she picked up a lot of wickets. Obviously, she was well versed with the environment at that stage in time and she brings that confidence into the squad. I mean, she's a quality bowler, obviously. So whichever conditions, wherever she plays, she has always delivered for India. And I believe that, I mean, that particular series and the kind of output that she got in that particular series will play a big part mentally as well for her.
Without bilaterals with Pakistan, on what basis are you evaluating the side? And also with the 11-0 scoreline, can there be some complacency creeping into the Indian cricket team?
So, ma'am, if there is a lot of info available for us, I mean, there is a lot of info. There are performance analysts who give us a lot of infos regarding them. I mean, there are a lot of video footages. There are a lot of, patterns that you can figure out how a team is playing, how an individual is playing. So, on basis of that, you can derive a lot of, plans out of it. And coming back to your question on, what was the second question, sorry?
11-0 scoreline. Yeah.
See, we take every game as per its merits, and we would like to prepare for every game with the best possible, mindset that we have, and accordingly we enter into the space.
Hi, Coach. There's one young champ in the bowling ranks as well, in Kranti Gaur. She has justified a name, Kranti. What do you want to say about the youngster and how is she preparing for this game? Because it's a very big game, at times players falter as well in such under pressure. So what are your thoughts about her and how has been she preparing in this game?
So Kranti, again, she is a very hard-working girl. I mean, I've seen her working into the nets, obviously into her physical aspect as well, and the mental aspect as well. She's very curious about how to go about and what to do for her own betterment. And she's been not just doing it in terms of words, but she's following it with actions. And in each of the practice sessions, she wants to learn a lot of things. And obviously, whatever performances she has done so far, she knows that. And she's up for the challenges. She's someone who's very very curious and wants those challenges for herself. And generally, she's a very hardworking girl, I would say. Thank you. Thanks.